Well, we have the pleasure now of catching up with Nick Smith, junior assignee for this 2022 Arkansas Razorback class. And Nick, I know that Kevin McPherson, who is joining us, has some questions for you, but I want to start with where it all started. What really piqued your interest for the love of basketball?
Well, first, me and my dad was, I think he went to college and he just brought me around the game, brought me around the guys. He went to Jacksonville State. So he built relationships with those guys down there. And he just put the ball in my hands basically. I just wanted to be around him 24/7 and be around the guys 24/7. And that's really where love came from.
What is it specifically that you love about the game? And then when did you realize that you had such a special talent?
Well, first I just like to compete. If everybody know me, I don't really like people saying they got a extra edge on top of me. So I just use that, as the way to keep a chip on my shoulder and stuff like that. And I just like winning. That's a good feeling to have.
Yeah, it is. Well, I know that that talent is going to be something Hog fans are very excited to watch here in the coming years as you become a Razorback and obviously throughout the rest of your high school career. I'm going to turn it over now to Kevin McPherson. Kevin.
Nick, good to be with you. I love those questions by Alyssa because I've been in the gym with you and your dad. Getting into the gym and watch you compete in games is one thing. I've gotten to do plenty of that, but I've seen you do the work when no one else is looking and you guys let me come in. Talk a little bit more about that relationship with dad because I get the feeling that some of your competitiveness comes from like a chip off the old block. So talk about that. And did you guys ever have y'all gone one on one and gone head to head lately?
Yeah, I mean we play one on one. He don't want to play me one on one right now. Cause I what I do to him. But my dad is everything to me. He's like my right hand man. He's been keeping it real ever since since day one. Um, you know, if I have a problem, that's one of the first person I go to. And, it's just like a real relationship. Like I said, just keep it real from day one, and just how he carry himself, like other than basketball, is something I really look up to. And it's just that's my dad.
Let's talk about your decision to be a Razorback. We interviewed you the night of your commitment announcement. You signed, but just walk me through it again. Just kind of the process for you because you know being a 5 star, being a top 10 guy. We're going to talk more about that, but being as highly coveted as you were with options to get paid to play professionally. Talk about what landed you at Arkansas and what went into that process for you.
Well, it was kind of like a stressful process, but at the end of the day, I was blessed to be, and I'm still blessed to be in this position. God put me in a position where I can make decisions like this. If you know basketball, this is kind of like one of the last decisions you got until you go to the big step. So I was just trying to make the right decision for me and my family, and then the pro routes. I just have to be true to myself. It's not all about money for me. I just want to pursue my dreams and just do what I want to do ever since I was 4 or 5 years old. And just looking at every program and just seeing like what can it do for me, and help me get to the next step. That's basically what I was looking forward to. And Eric Musselman was kind of by far the the best one for me and my family. So it just turns out it was just at home. So I was like, why not?
I know family is important to you, and you have family on the team. Devo Davis, by the way, playing some of his best basketball right now. Talk
Mm.
about that relationship. I know he was your player host when you took your official visit, but talk a little bit about your relationship with Devo. I've seen you guys battle in high school. Anything that comes to mind about Devo and you and y'all's ties?
I've been ever since I was in Jacksonville. He was in Jacksonville. We grew up together. We've been playing at Jacksonville Boys Club together. We've been playing, in the neighborhood together. Just seeing him grow up and become the player he is and the person he is. It's kind of something I kind of look up to. And me and him just been keeping that close relationship ever since. Through the middle school, high school. Now hopefully, I mean, if he goes pro, we still gonna have that relationship. But just having somebody like him, I'm probably be going to college with next year. It's something I was really looking into, and then especially like his competitiveness. Me playing him in high school, you knew for a fact that you weren't finna like you're not about to get away easy with that type of, especially with Devo, because he kind of like me in a sense. He kind of don't want nobody telling him like, we like say for instance, like if I go to you, be like, yeah, I killed you type. So we never wanted that to happen. So just having somebody like that on my team, just competing every day in practice, which I know he'll do, is something I was really looking to.
Well, now look, Fayetteville's going to be your home, but you seem very comfortable up there, kind of a home away from home these last few months. I mean, you went up there for a visit. You ended up playing basketball against the Frats. You did your signing in Fayetteville at a ceremony in Fayetteville after an Arkansas game, right off campus there. So talk a little bit about your experiences so far and how maybe that's like a home away from home. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what do you like about Fayetteville so far?
It's definitely been a home, especially for me, my mom, my dad, and my siblings, just people like, Coach Bus and, the fans around here, even like you guys embraces us to your, to your program. And, I've just been getting love ever since, I made that decision to come to Arkansas. So, you know, if Arkansas fans, they gonna treat you like you at home. So, they've been taking care of me and my family ever since, that started.
So I want to dial the clock back. One of the first times I saw you on a big stage, you were just out of 8th grade. You were playing up with the Hogs organization. You guys were in LA. You come in, you step into the court, and you played like you were that guy.
Hmm.
Fearless,
Yeah.
fearless. There was alpha. And I knew immediately, I'm like, this guy's going to be a 5-star because I knew the talent was there. And I know, physically, athletically, all that stuff was going to come together. But just that mechanism in your head that kind of is a little bit different. Talk about your mental process when you step on the court, how you see yourself, how you get your confidence, and how you take talent to another level to where you have to be where you are now.
Well, back then when I was in 8th grade, a lot of people will say I was good, but I didn't really think, me and my dad didn't think I was like ready for like, the big stuff. But my mindset was kind of different from, everybody else. Like I really didn't care who you was, I really didn't care about the stars. I still don't care about the stars. I just want to go out and compete and win. I always like winning. That's my whole thing. Just basically just staying in the gym, ever since, I was 4 or 5 years old. My dad always kept it real with me. Like I said, Coach Sean, kind of my cousin. I've been in the gym with him nonstop, in the gym with my dad nonstop, in the gym with Coach Jim nonstop, man. It just got me where I am today, and I know for a fact I still got ways to, to go. So all I got to do is just keep working.
Let's talk about the rise because you've done the work. Like I mentioned, being in the gym with you when no one else is looking, seeing the grind. You've always held your own against some of the higher rated guys coming up. And finally, it culminated this past summer in the Nike Peach Jam Finals. You hung 30 plus, scored half your team's points, but really it was a lot of performances. It wasn't just one game. Talk about your ascension to now being, by the way, not only a top 10 player, ESPN's had you as high as number 6. That's where you are with ESPN. But today, Sports Illustrated releases its top 99. You're third in the country on Sports Illustrated's list. Talk about that journey because you always prove yourself, but to finally see some of that pay off with the rankings. Maybe it wasn't what you were focused on, but just talk about how it feels to finally be recognized at the level you've been playing.
It feels good. I'm not gonna just sit here and lie and say like, it don't matter, but it kind of does matter on the fact that, a lot of people seeing how much work you starting to put in. And, I know I've been putting in the work and, all I have to do is just go out there and show what I've been putting in because, if I'm not going out there and show what I put in, it really ain't no point of me, doing all this, EYBL, Peach Jam stuff. So, you know, just having a belief in myself to, just going out there with supreme confidence, and, just doing what I love to do. It really ain't no pressure because, it's a game really. So, just having people in my corner and, just, keeping being real with myself, keeping my confidence up. That's really all I need.
Well, now you've got already some preseason. You've got the Naismith National Trophy watch list for the top player in the country. You've been selected to Team USA Junior National Team. You'll take part in that. Of course, McDonald's All-American Games, hanging out there. What are some of your goals outside of obviously competing and winning games? What are some things you'd like to see for yourself as you complete a senior season before you move to Fayetteville?
Well, one of my goals that I always had ever since, I started playing basketball is McDonald's. The McDonald's game. That's all I dreamed of, just playing in that event, you know, because only a few people down here in Arkansas only got that opportunity. I just want to be one of the ones that say that I played in that game. I was one of the few, like Bobby Portis and all them that played in that game. So I want to be able to say that I played in it. And, basically, man, I've been in school for 3.5 years and I still ain't won no championship. So that's one of my goals I got.
Well, that's big time. Let's talk a little bit about that because you're in a unique situation in the state of Arkansas. There's an argument to be made that North Little Rock High School this year, and y'all are playing a national schedule, but that typically you're looking at some of these independent schools that are putting together super teams. You guys got 2 5-stars and a really good cast around it with you and Khalil Ware, guys like Corey Washington, Tyler Frederick, and there's some others. Talk a little bit now, 6 games into it, what you're starting to see as a leader on the team and what you guys have, the pieces you have, and how you think that's going to translate by the end of the year, maybe come March.
Right now we're just trying to work hard and practice, until we get to that point. We got a big game coming up Saturday. So, just trying to out me being who I am, me trying to, being a team player. I'm just trying to figure out my team and, where people like their spots at, where people want to catch the ball. And also got to work, be real with myself and try to figure out how I can get, how I can be effective also on the team. So, just figuring stuff out, just talking to my teammates, talking to my coaches, playing a big schedule. I mean, we probably got the best schedule of Arkansas history. That I ever heard anybody going to City of Palms or playing the Iverson classes, nothing like that. So, we got a big target on our back. Everybody gonna give us our best shot, and and we have basically it's just so-called pressure. But I mean, for me, it really ain't no pressure.
Well, you guys have started out great. You've played some of the best teams and players, not only in the state, but in the region. Kimball was a team that jumped out on you guys and basically in their backyard. I think they had a 17-point lead. You hit the game winner at the end of that game. Talk a little bit about that feeling. You said you talked about pressure, not feeling it. Do you feel like you're a guy that's going to be clutch, not only from whistle to whistle, but when it counts at the end, if you need a bucket, you're that guy?
Yeah, me and Coach Jim was just talking about that. When I came in the gym, he asked me, he was like, "Do you even feel like any type of way at the end of the game when you have a chance to win?" I just be like, "No," because throughout my career, I just made a lot of game winners, so it really ain't no point in me celebrating them no more, because I always feel like I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna miss a lot of them, but you know that's just one of the gene I have. I just like to win. And, I do anything it takes to win. So
Ice in your veins.
yeah, for sure.
So you and Khalil, we mentioned him being a 5-star, 7-footer, does some special things on the court. You definitely do some special things on the court. Talk a little bit about maybe that combination of you two, what you're seeing so far in terms of complimenting each other and helping each other. I know you set the table, but boy, he can sure mask some problems too with some things he can do.
Yeah, Kel helped us out a lot. Kel is one of the reasons why, we got this schedule. He's a fantastic player. He's 7 foot that, can do guard stuff. He can shoot, he can block shots, he can rebound, just us just trying to figure some stuff out. Me and him complement each other a lot. Just me trying to figure out where he his spots at, him trying to figure out where my spot is, just trying to compete, just trying to win, as much as we can.
Regardless of the classification, I'm convinced you're the best combo guard in the country, arguably the best overall player. but for sure for me, the best combo guard. You literally can take a game over scoring, but you can also run a team and set everybody up. And teams have been coming at you, trapping you, double teaming you, 3/4 court, full court, and you're getting off the ball and giving your team a numbers advantage. Or you're breaking down defenses trying to stop you from scoring and finding other guys. Talk about your comfort level as a facilitator, because I really believe that's probably a hidden gem. Some people are starting to see it. I've always known it's there. Talk about that part of your game.
Well, to be honest, I really feel like it's dumb if you trap me because, I, I feel like my vision has got better over the years. I don't have to score 30 points a game. I'd rather just get 15 assists anyway, so, that's just my mindset. I'm not really just greedy for numbers or anything like that. I'm just trying to win. And, if you leave somebody else open, if I know they're open, I'm going to pass it to them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So,
Well, you're averaging, between 21, 22 points a game, sharing the ball though, 9 assists a game. And I want to talk now a little bit more about, you've got some partners signed up with you going to Arkansas. This is the top rated class in the history of Arkansas basketball. Speaking of additional 5 stars, Jordan Walsh, the 6'7" combo forward, who played on the circuit with.
mhm.
ESPN has him in the top 10 as well, a spot behind you. And then you look at guys like Darian Ford, Joseph Pinion, your former teammate with the Hawks a few years ago, Barry Dunning Jr. Talk to me about this class and what you see, and what can it translate to on the Hill, even as soon as year one.
Well, first, we have a plan. We're not trying to, wait until, whatever happens. We're trying to win now. And, we're just trying to get prepared for college, what Coach Musk got for us and his coaching system, and I feel like the way Coach Musk style is, I feel like we can go in and compete for a national championship right off the bat because I know what I can do. I know what Darian can do. I know what Jordan can do. I know what Joseph can do. And I know what Barry can do. So, we all complement each other, and we all just trying to figure it out when we get there. But just trying to win. That's what we trying to do, and we're not. We just trying to just win a national championship for the state.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you just a little bit too. The vision that Arkansas has for you, do they talk specifics, how deep in specifics they talk about how they envision your role and kind of projecting ahead and some of the things you're going to be able to do, and maybe how they can help you get to the league as soon as a year?
You talking about my official visit?
Yeah, or just any conversations you had on the official or other times, just kind of their vision for you, how they see you, in their system.
Yeah, I've been talking to Musk ever since, you know, 10th. Yeah, ever since, the period started where coaches can talk to us. He always had a vision for me ever since day one. Been talking to him. When I went on a visit, he just had these long conference, meetings about, the plan he has for me, and the plan he has for me down the road if God bless me with the opportunity to go pro. And it was, it was just, like I said, it was by far the best of, like, that's what I was looking for. He actually had a vision that I could actually see, down the road. And he just, his planning was just unbelievable. So just going up there next year and just trying to figure out how I can pursue my dreams, and, win on top of that. That was something I really wanted to be a part of.
I know that you're enthusiastic about the class. I can hear that in your voice and the opportunity. Any more surprises, any more tricks up your sleeves out of that 2022 class, which, by the way, is fantastic. Maybe the best class ever in the state of Arkansas. I think 2017, 2020 might have an argument, but you guys are outstanding. Anybody in state or out of state that you're working on, maybe for the spring?
Um, we got some tricks up our sleeve, just trying to figure out some stuff. But just talking to the recruits, I'm not gonna say their names, but just saying, like, I have a relationship with some of them, but just trying to figure some stuff out, trying to, I just want the best for them and their family. I just don't want to, interfere with what they got going on. Just talking to them, you know, basically I just want the best for them for real, because I don't want nobody pressuring me about a decision, that you don't know that might be best for me. So, I just talk to them and talk to the coaching staff, and we just trying to figure some stuff out.
Well, that's a perfect answer because you're right. And, when you look at your journey, Arkansas is the next step. You've got a senior season to finish. And we talked about Bobby Portis. Are you taking notice of some of the pro hogs and some of their advancing opportunities lately and the imprints they're putting on the league? What kind of relationship do you talk to some of these guys like a Joe Johnson? I know was at your game against Maumelle a couple of weeks ago. I saw him there. But any of the pro hogs that you have a relationship with or have some influence or that you're keeping an eye on?
Yeah, I pretty much kind of talk to everybody for real. I've been talking to her ever since, since they've been on campus or before I even committed because, just how Arkansas is, we just gotta have that, because Arkansas don't really have that many people that do that type of stuff. So, just having the opportunity just to learn from them, the experiences they had in Arkansas, it's kind of an advantage for me. Other people down the road that's coming up, in the lower class, like, Dallas Thomas and Jeremiah Johnson and stuff like that. Just having people like those, like the Bobby Portises and Daryl Makins and Dusty Hannis and Anton Beers, that come down here and play sometimes. Even the Malik Monks that didn't go to Arkansas, but he's from here.
Mhm.
Just getting knowledge from those guys, it was, it's kind of like an advantage and a blessing at the same time.
So I got so many questions I want to ask you. I don't want to keep you all night, but I do
Yeah,
want to
it's
ask
all
you this.
good.
I ask everybody this. What is something about Nick Smith Jr. that fans don't know yet? It may not even be basketball related. Something about you that maybe the fans would like to know, or something about you that an interest off the court. It could be something basketball related. Just something that's kind of cool that maybe fans don't know yet.
Um, I don't really know. I mean, I just, I kind of do a little instrumental stuff, play the drums and stuff like that. So, I don't really be doing nothing outside of, I just like to chill, hang out with my friends, hang out with my family and stuff like that. So I don't really do nothing in particular, like a lot of all that other stuff.
No, that's a good answer. And anyway, if you can play an instrument, you got me beat. I'm not musically gifted at all.
Yeah.
Like the next Daniel Gafford, you'll be sitting there
Oh
playing the
yeah, I forgot.
drums.
He played the drums in El
Yeah.
Dorado. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nick, they say iron sharpens iron, and we are so excited for this 2022 class to get to the Hill. I know you guys are only going to make each other better, and I think I can speak for Hog fans to say that it will be a pleasure to see you guys up here on the Hill next year.
Yes, ma'am.